Good evening and welcome back to East Midlands Airport, and welcome back to live flight action on a very sunny Tuesday evening for a change. Hope you're all keeping very well. Definitely the weather for it this evening. And good evening to everybody in the chat. Yvonne, congratulations on that 1 month membership for our boarding pass membership level. Thank you for joining us this evening. Becky, good evening to you. Kieran as well. Lily and Richard, good evening to both of you, and Hazel and Alan as well. Good evening to all of you so far. So we're all set up. Hopefully the weather doesn't change too much in the next couple of hours. Nice and calm at the minute. And it shouldn't be too long until our first arrival this evening. So look whereabouts we are on the radar then. It's like the DHL 777 in from Dubai this afternoon. That one is around 10 minutes out now. That one just north of Northampton, making its way towards East Midlands. Runway 09 ops again here at East Midlands. It shouldn't change for the duration of the stream. Weather may change a little moving later into the week. I probably think tomorrow onwards actually. That wind direction is going to change, meaning we'll be back on runway 27 ops. Let's have a quick look at that inbound 777 then. We've got a new bit of modification. Hopefully that's coming through okay this evening. You see at the bottom of your screen. We're now pulling live weather from East Midlands. So that should give you an indication of what the real-time temperatures are here, as well as the weather conditions. And of course the time in the bottom right-hand corner there. So hopefully that all stays updated this evening. Of course, it's still in its trial phase at the minute. It's been working all right the past couple of days. This is its first live, as it were. So stick with us in case it doesn't work. It should automatically update every 30 minutes or so. But if it doesn't, probably just look like it's going to be 14 degrees for the rest of the evening, which it definitely won't once the sun starts to drop. But hopefully it should work. Any issues we'll sort them out for the next stream. But thanks everybody for joining us already this evening. DHL making its way towards East Midlands now, just south of Leicester. Flight time on this inbound this evening, just under 7 hours and 20 minutes. 14 years old. Registration on this one, Golf Delta Hotel Lima Whiskey. And this one in the as One Against Cancer livery 2023. So let me pour myself a drink. We'll hopefully have a good evening of flight action, or rather live flight action this evening. So there's a number of arrivals in this evening making their way towards us. A few outbounds as well, a couple just before the start of the stream whilst we were setting up. We should be able to catch all of those. Making our way into East Midlands this evening on runway 09. Right, let me get that drink sorted out and I shall be right back. There we go, that should be me sorted out for a while anyway. And yeah, weather quite still, quite calm and very still for the time being. No cloud above us, just about to see the moon where we are. Not quite a full moon yet. I've got an indication that it's going to turn quite cold a little later on, I think. It's been quite chilly the past few mornings. We've been quite lucky these past few days and having some good weather in the evenings. Let's have a look at those inbounds then. The 777 making its way towards us now. I'll just give you a quick spin around, look at the DHL apron this evening. Drop you down a little. Brightness turn up for you. There we go. So it is very bright out this afternoon. The A300 there, that one should hopefully be making its way out a little later on. And then the 777 on the end stand there and the aerologic livery. So a close-up view of that one if we can. Yeah, this one arriving just before we started the stream. Let's get a bit of information on that if we can. There we go, that one making its way in from Delhi this afternoon. Flight time on that one just over 9 hours. And registration on that one Delta Alpha Alpha Lima Kilo. Aircraft 6 years of age. And Sophie, thank you very much for joining us this evening, and thank you very much for that one-month membership as well in our boarding pass membership tier. Thank you very much for your support. It's good to see you again this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, let's see if we can get our apron cam on again. There we go, and a quick view of the apron down over on the passenger terminal this evening. There's a number of aircraft in to start with. Doesn't look like we see many of these outbound this evening. Just have a quick look on that radar if we can. Let's have a look. So the majority of this evening's arrivals already making their way towards us. say that 777, just about 5 minutes out now. That one making its way east of Ashby de la Zouch. That one is going to make a right turn, heading up towards Burton, and then intercept onto the approach for 09. Come on. There we go, and aircraft a little further out then. The DHL service in from JFK, due with us in 30 minutes. That's just over the Irish Sea at the minute. So that one is going to route overhead North Wales and down in towards East Midlands. And then a number of aircraft a little further west of that. The DHL 777 in from Cincinnati, that one is due in the next hour and 20 minutes. Jet2 service in from Tenerife in the next hour, and following behind that, Jet2 service in from Fuerteventura, an hour and 20 minutes out. And just a little bit further behind that, the Jet2 service in from Gran Canaria, that one an hour and 40 minutes away from us now. So that's aircraft to the west, making their way in from Europe this afternoon, just about to leave Germany, heading over into the Netherlands. DHL service in from Leipzig, that one is due to arrive with us in 50 minutes. And a little further behind that, the Ryanair service in from Wrocław this afternoon, that one due in the next hour and 10 minutes. And then looking a little further behind, departing about an hour and 10 minutes ago, the TUI service in from Tenerife. That's due to arrive with us in about 2 hours and 45 minutes. And then still over the Atlantic, the UPS service in from Philadelphia. Again, that one is due to arrive with us in around 2 hours and 30 minutes. So still a good number of aircraft to arrive in this evening. Looks like the Vulcan just pinging up on radar. Let's have a look at those departures quickly whilst we wait for that inbound 777. A couple of delays to those services this afternoon, or early evening should I say. The Ryanair service to Alicante, estimated departure time now 17:50, so hopefully see that one in the next 5 or 10 minutes. The DHL service over to Leipzig, that one scheduled at 10 to 8 now, 7:50. And that A300 just on stand there, that one due out at 6 PM this evening, so about 20-minute delay on that one. The 747 off to Jiangsu, that one is due out at 10 past 7. And then a few services after that route, the Ryanair service to Valencia at 7:30, and the return leg on that Wrocław service, the Ryanair service to Wrocław at 25 to 8. The last couple of departures on this evening's stream will likely be the Ryanair service to Faro and that DHL service back out to Cincinnati this evening. There are some delays on those departures, so we will keep an eye on the movements here at East Midlands over the next couple of hours. Well, thank you very much to everybody joining us so far. It's good to have you all with us. Let's pan around back onto that passenger terminal for the time being. There we go, so you can have a little look in the distance there. There you go, a number of aircraft in this afternoon. So it's a little bit bright in the distance. We'll try and persevere and adapt the camera as best we can. That wind just picking up ever so slightly, so we'll see how long the umbrella giving us some shade this afternoon lasts. Andy, good afternoon to you, and Katie as well. There we go, so extremely bright. The sun definitely glaring at us this afternoon. See if you can get that brightness down a bit. There we go. Right, let's check on the status of that 777 then this evening. That one just turning on to final approach now. Just visible with that one in the distance there. So we'll let that one get a little bit closer to us and we'll pan around and watch that one down on 209 this afternoon. There you go, that one just passing through 1700 feet now. Just like a quick pan in the distance if we can then. Let's see if we can catch that one. Making its way towards us. You can see it's extremely bright out there, the sun directly facing us. Definitely is making its way towards us. I'll just quite pick that up on camera just yet. See if we can pan a little further up. Should hopefully come into view anytime soon. There we go. 777 in from Dubai this afternoon then. There we go, we'll catch back up with that one in a minute. Some adjustments to this tripod as well. The A300 in the distance, that one looks like that's pushing back now. This one off to Brussels. Airframe, 27 years of age. Registration on this one, Delta Alpha Echo Alpha Hotel. First delivered into service January 1998. Just a short hop across to Brussels this evening for this one. And a short hop to start of 09 as well. Triple 7 vacating 09 then. That one now on a taxiway making its way towards us. See if we can have a look at that one as it makes its way past this afternoon. Just another 30 seconds or so whilst that one makes its way over the taxiway. Hopefully you can hear that one starting up in the distance. The 777 getting a little closer to us now. That one just coming into view over the top of the fence there. See that on the screen in about 20 to 30 seconds. There we go, just about there. 777 passing just to the left of us. That one in from Dubai this afternoon. Catch back up with that one in a minute as it makes its way on to stand. We'll keep our eyes on the A300 for the time being. This one should be making its way out in a minute to the start of runway 09. We'll likely see the 777 pass by in just a few seconds as well. This one taking an extended route onto its stand this evening, just to the side of that A300 as it starts up on stand. This one will progress a little further and join the apron from the taxiway a little further up. So look at that temperature then this afternoon. Just under 14.5 degrees. Not too bad. Better than it has been. Still feels very warm out here. So while that one is starting up on stand, so look at those next arrivals this afternoon. The 767 making its way from JFK should be with us in the next 15 minutes. That one a little west of Stoke-on-Trent now. Get back to that A300 in a minute as it starts to taxi. 777 on the end stand there though this afternoon. And that DHL apron not too busy for the time being. So a number of those aircraft making their way towards East Midlands this evening. The service in from Leipzig. The soon to arrive service in from JFK. That one around 15 minutes out. And then the service a little further behind in from Cincinnati. That one about an hour away from us now. The service in from Leipzig, just crossing the channel there. That one should be with us in the next 30 minutes or so. The A300, still static on the stand there. Hopefully we see that one out. There we go, it's like that one's just about to start to taxi now. We'll stick with this one for the next few minutes as that makes its way out this evening. There we go, and still extremely bright, facing into the sun here this afternoon. So we are slightly undercover, giving us a bit of shade. It makes a nice change rather than being in the dark and cold. Okay, that one just gathering a little bit of speed there. Hopefully be quite a decent sail from those engines this afternoon. Say, there's no wind at all in our current position. No sound either, so should hopefully get quite a roar as this goes past. DHL 767, sorry, that one is inbound, the A300 off to Brussels this afternoon. There we go, and that one up into that very bright sky this afternoon. That one off to Brussels this evening. So look at the 777 then in from Dubai this afternoon. Ground crew just making their way up that forward stair there. And that service in from JFK, about 5 minutes away from us now. That one just east of Uttoxeter. John, good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. And Paul, thank you very much for the update on the departure of that 747. Very quiet indeed for the time being around the airfield. But in a few minutes, catch that 767 as it makes its way towards us. Just a couple of minutes now before we get visual with that one. So unfortunately can't see too far out. The sun is just low enough in the sky to catch our eye. Now that 767 just 3 minutes away from us now. At registration on this one, Golf Delta Hotel Lima Oscar. This one is 12 years of age. Making its way in from New York JFK this evening. Flight time just under 6 hours and 20 minutes. We're quite fortunate to catch this one on time for the past couple of weeks. A few delays with this one making its way over from the US. Seems to be keeping on schedule for the time being. Let's take a quick look then on that apron cam. Yeah, Jet 2 in that Summit charter livery just on the end stand there. They're on our service to Alicante, pinging up now. Just about got visual with that 767. Yeah, just trying a few new graphics this evening, John. See if we can get it to work. Hopefully it stays updated. And John, thank you very much for your continued support there. 1 month member of the boarding pass tier. Thank you very much. Definitely has gone fast. 1 month. spin around then if we can, and catch this 767 as it makes its way towards us. Not too sure how far out we'll be able to catch this one. Well, it should be appearing anytime soon. There we go. Just about to see that one breaking through there. There we go, and that's 767 down on 09 this evening. A slightly different position, a bit more elevated position this evening, so taking a little bit of getting used to with the panning setup. Hopefully once these next few aircraft make their way towards us, I'll just about get the hang of it. So look then, what is making its way towards us now? The DHL service in from Leipzig. That one just east of Southend, about 30 minutes away from us now, and making their way across the Irish Sea. Ryanair service in from Dublin. Should be with us in the next 30 minutes also. The Jetty service in from Tenerife, about 35 minutes away from us, and just a little further south, making their way towards Cardiff and Land's End at the minute. It's making its way to Cardiff, the DHL 777 in from Cincinnati, and the Jet 2 just about to make land over Cornwall there. The Jet 2 service in from Fuerteventura. That one should be with us in 50 minutes, and the DHL around about the same time. Making its way towards us though, that service in from JFK. Check the power levels are all alright for the time being. Hopefully should be okay. There you go, that's 767 there. Just passing by the passenger apron there. Pick that up on the apron camera in the bottom left of the corner, on the corner of the screen. And slowly making its way towards us anyway. And the Ryanair just off to the left of the camera. See if we can adjust ever so slightly and pick the Ryanair up. bit jittery. That's a Ryanair in the distance there as well, just starting up. DHL 767 just about to pass by. Sarah Jane, good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. There we go, the 767 passing by, and that Ryanair just taxiing out off the apron there. Catch back up with that one in a minute. Let's have a look at the 767 first. If we can find it. There we go. Ryanair quickly making its way following that 767. Stick with this one, the Ryanair's making very quick ground indeed. It's got a bit of a sprint on this afternoon. There you go. Stick with the Ryanair now. Ryanair then, off to Alicante this evening. This one just 3 years of age, registration Echo India Hotel Golf Yankee. that one smoothly away down runway 09 this afternoon. Or evening, should I say now. Still feels like afternoon. It's gone 6 now. There we go, the 767 making its way onto stand now. And what else? Good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Whoops, let's catch back up on that one. But you see enough in the distance there. There we go, that's 767 on stand now then. So we can get a bit of a closer look on that one if we can. Nope, not that one. There we go. So still extremely bright out this evening. Hopefully that image is still coming across as clear as it can. BizJet now, our final into East Midlands. There you go, the JCB jet landing in onto 09 this afternoon. It's like a DHL 767 making its way out from the maintenance area. Andy, yeah, very sad indeed, didn't read about that until just having a quick look now. Yeah, no, Darling Moor is quite popular with a number of light aircraft. Yeah, that one just a grass field runway. Actually went there first time last year to start a bit of paraglider training, or paramotor training. It's not very good here indeed. Yes, actually we can't always guarantee the aircraft at East Midlands. Something that's far beyond our control, unfortunately. Definitely make sure there are a lot more movements if we could, but fortunately something that is beyond our control. Now we very welcome to stay and watch the sheer variety of aircraft we have here at East Midlands. But with the size of East Midlands, and it's just starting the summer schedules here as well, can't always guarantee those aircraft at this time of an evening. A number of those aircraft making their way towards us now though. Ryanair service in from Dublin. That one around 15 minutes away from us, following just behind that the Jetty service in from Tenerife. Just south of East Midlands now, approaching the south of Leicester, the DHL 767 in from Leipzig. That one is 10 minutes or so away from us. And approaching from the southwest, making tracks, I'm heading for Birmingham. The DHL 777 in from Cincinnati. The JCB Bombardier there just pulling onto its stand this afternoon. And that 767 making its way onto stand as well. Yeah, it really depends what time of day we get the aircraft in at East Midlands. So we start the stream about 5:30 to get those first arrivals making their way across the Atlantic. You'll see a number of those cargo aircraft in front of us, the 767 in front of us there, just being pulled onto stand. But this one here, right in the middle of the screen, arriving in from JFK just a short while ago. You'll see on the end of the stand there as well the Aerologic 777 and the DHL liveried 777 in the As One Against Cancer livery. Those two aircraft making their way in from Dubai and Delhi this afternoon. The Aerologic in from Delhi and the DHL liveried 777 in from Dubai. We caught that one just a little earlier as well as it was landing into East Midlands. Unfortunately, the schedule is something far beyond our control. We just get the pure benefit of being out here, watching these aircraft in and bringing the joy of aviation to everybody watching as well. So hopefully there'll be something along in the next 10 minutes or so, and you can watch that one land in. And then just beyond that, there's a number of services making their way towards us. Another 3 services behind that in around 15 minutes. So stick around in the next 10 to 20 minutes. You should see a mix of those cargo and passenger aircraft making their way into East Midlands this afternoon. So a close up look on that 767 if we can then. That one currently in the process of being unloaded. Pour myself another drink if I can as well. There we go. So good visibility all the way around the airfield this evening. It's like we're reading about 6.2 mile of visibility. So the heat haze in the distance and the light just impacting on that visibility ever so slightly, as we've seen on the approach path this evening. And just a very gentle breeze blowing in the direction of 09. It's like that temperature staying stable around 14.5 degrees at the minute. Not too bad at all. So you should notice in a while though, as that sun starts to set, with a little cloud cover that is above us, the temperature should start to drop off. Next aircraft in then, the 767 in from Leipzig, just south of the airfield now. That one just southwest Ashbury de la Zouch. That one making its way towards Burton-on-Trent, and the Ryanair service in from Dublin, just north of that. Yeah, that 747 should be out at approximately 7:10 this evening. Just about see the vertical stabiliser of that one in the distance there. They've been on time for the past couple of weeks, so hopefully they stay on track for this evening as well. For the time being, I will stick with the 767 in front of us. So that next arrival shouldn't be too far out at all now. That one, the service, sorry, in from Leipzig, just turning over Burton-on-Trent. Keep an eye out for that one and watch that one as it gradually makes its way down towards us. So we'll let it get a little bit closer. And it'll pan and watch that one touch down onto runway 09 this evening. That Ryanair service in from Dublin then, just approaching Derby now. We should see that one join the approach behind the 767. Wait for the 767 just to get a little bit closer. So that sun is just breaching the shade we've got here. So it might look a little bit distorted if we pan around too early. Thanks to everybody joining us from East Midlands Airport this evening. We're in the Aeropark again this evening at our regular streaming spot. The Aeropark is open this Thursday, Saturday and Sunday as well. So if you want any details about getting to the Aeropark, the entry prices and the aircraft on static display here, have a look at their website in our stream description below, or follow them on their social media accounts. So if you're interested in any volunteering opportunities at the Aeropark as well, the Aeropark are always looking for volunteers to give up some of their time and help out around the Aeropark. So if you want any more details on that, definitely come down and have a chat with the volunteers here. They'll be only too happy to talk you through how to get you more involved. So let's see if we can pan around and catch that 767 on final approach, if the sun will allow us. Not quite yet. Oh, there we go. Bit of a handover. Making its way down there. So the sun is extremely bright this evening. Let's pan off until that gets a little bit closer to us. There you go. Don't want the sun to start damaging any of the optics. There we go, let's see if we can pan around now and catch that one as it gradually makes its way towards us. There we go, that one disappearing off. Apologies for the panning there. I've got the sun right in my face at the minute. I'll catch back up with that one as it gets a little bit closer to us this evening. It's catch up on that 767 and in front of us, making its way in from JFK. That one is still in the process of being unloaded there. Just a couple of minutes before we catch up with that service in from Dublin. That's 737 on final approach now. And just a little behind that, the Jetty service in from Tenerife. That one around 5 minutes away from us. The Ryanair service in from Dublin then, just approaching the threshold 409. This one get a little bit closer. That sun is going to be directly on us in just a short while. There we go, the Ryanair service in from Dublin this afternoon. That one safely down. Let's have a quick look on the apron if we can. So not much activity for the time being. That 767 should be coming into view anytime soon. There we go, the service in from Leipzig there. Jet 2 service in from Tenerife on final approach now. Stick with the DHL for a few minutes. This one carrying on a little further up the taxiway. And we'll have a look back on the passenger apron as well, see if we can see Ryanair disembarking this evening. I can just about hear that Jet 2 737 in the distance. So we'll keep in this direction. Pan around as that gets a little closer to the threshold. let's plan across. Catch that Jet 2 service arriving in. Jet 2 service safely down there, and the Ryanair in the distance. That one just disappearing behind those air stairs there. Let's see if we have better luck with the Jet 2. Just pan around quickly and catch that 767 making its way onto stand. Bring up that airplane camera for you there as well. Keep an eye on that Jet 2 as it makes its way towards the apron this evening. Ground crew just moving into place on the 767. Putting those chocks in front of the forward landing gear there. And that Jet 2 just coming into view. So look on the radar and see where those next arrivals are. 767 in from Cincinnati on final approach into East Midlands now. That one just a couple of minutes away from us. The Jet 2 aircraft just landing in from Tenerife. Registration on that one, Golf Delta Romeo Tango Tango. Flight time is 4 hours and 6 minutes this evening. That one should be coming into view in just a few seconds. 17 years of age on this airframe. And the DHL 777 on final. 777 freighter, registration Delta, Golf Delta Hotel Lima Yankee. Age on this one, 3 years. Our flight time across from Cincinnati this evening, 6 hours and 51 minutes. That one gradually making its way towards us now. Sashi, yes, this is the only runway at East Midlands. Just a single runway airfield. And good evening to everybody joining us as well. Good to have you with us. Dino, thank you very much for joining us. Jill as well. We'll catch up on that chat in just a minute. Pan around and catch the 777 in first though. Jet 2 just coming on to stand next to that Ryanair. But now though, 777 in from Cincinnati this evening. There we go, very smooth switch down on that one. We'll catch back up with that one in a minute. First, so let's go across to the end of the DHL apron if I can get my words out. 777 in from Dubai a little earlier. That one in the process of looks like that one is ready to be loaded back up. It's definitely fueling. You can just about see the fueling truck underneath. And good evening to everybody in the chat then. Deepson, good afternoon. Thank you. Oh, sorry, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. And of course, Dino as well. Thank you very much again for gifting that membership there, Dino. Very kind of you indeed. Shark face, looks like you getting awarded that membership there. And just your earlier comment as well about the spots. There are different spots around East Midlands. But to be fair, it's probably our preferred spot in terms of closeness to all the cargo activity, especially from this view as well. There are viewpoints, not designated viewpoints as such, but there are viewpoints at the end of runway 27 where you can see onto the DHL apron there. Some of our earlier streams were actually at those viewpoints before we moved into the Aeropark, and of course you got the view straight down the runway from the end of 09, just on the bank there in front of Donington Park. For runway 27 though, down the other end of the airfield, the spots are limited, mainly views through the fence, so it can get a bit distorted. We have streamed from there before though, one of our earlier streams a couple of months ago actually, when we had one of the named storms. We were down filming on the approach for runway 27. There is also a designated spotting point at the end of runway 27. I think that's the start of the airport trail, but that offers good views as well, mainly of overhead approaches, but for unparalleled panoramic views like this across the airfield. The mount here at the Aeropark offers the best viewpoints, for us anyway. Everybody's got their own preference, but for us to get some of the close-up shots and bring you all of the action, especially some of the not so visible parts from the end of 09, the Aeropark is probably our preferred spot out of them all. The 777 then making its way towards us now. So pen around and catch this one making its way on to stand this evening. Steve and Liam, good evening to you. Thank you very much for both joining us. Stick with this 777 for the time being then. The 747 should be making its way out at around 7:10. So hopefully that one stays on schedule. Very fortunate indeed with the weather this evening. So just a gentle breeze in the direction of runway 09 this evening. Still quite warm out, looks like we're about 14 degrees at the minute. Let's have a look then, as that one arrives on to stand. Jill, well, thank you very much for joining us this evening. So look on those next arrivals then this evening. Right now, service in from Raslav on final approach now, and the 747 pinging up. Jetty service in from Fuerteventura, making its way towards East Midlands as well this evening. That one just west of Ashby de la Zouch at the minute. That one just a couple of minutes out, but the next arrival, that Ryanair service in from Raslav. Turn around and catch that 737 in. There we go. service in from Wrocław, safely down there. We'll stay in this direction as we wait for that next arriving aircraft, Jet 2 service, here from Fuerteventura. That one just over Burton on Trent at the minute. Catch back up with that one in the next couple of minutes. The 10747 then, pinging up now. That one just pushing off stand. It should be with us hopefully on time this evening. The Ryanair service here from Wrocław there, just vacating runway 09. So the one just out of sight at the minute. That one should be making its way towards us any time soon. Graham, good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. And Sam, we can see emergency gate 3. If you give us a wave, you'll probably see yourself. So you can get the apron camera on for you. There's that Ryanair makes its way onto the apron this evening. There we go. Hi Sam. The Ryanair then arriving onto the apron this evening. Just a little time before that Jet 2 arrives with us. Let's see if we can pan around and see where the Ryanair ends up this evening. Liam, thank you very much for joining us this evening. See you soon. Let's get that Jet 2 on final approach now then. There we go, that one's safely down, and the 747 then. This one off to Jiangsu this evening. Flight time on this one should be around 11.5 hours. So we're very fortunate to catch this one. Depart a number of times on runway 09 now in the past few weeks. Yeah, Jet 2 just making its way towards the passenger apron this evening. We'll stick with the 747 though for the time being. There you go then, this one lining up on the taxiway, ready to make its way onto runway 09 this evening. Fantastically keeping on schedule as well this evening. Not a bad view at all from where we are this evening. Hopefully you can see all that heat being kicked out the back of those engines there. Just waiting now for the RVL Cessna making its way in from the Isle of Man. That one currently passing through 900 feet, taking a little longer to reach 09 this evening than its larger passenger counterparts. but that one steadily and gradually making its way down. The 747 just holding there. So the RVL will have a bit of a wait. Not enough separation clearance here to for that wake turbulence to clear. Otherwise, it'd be very, very bumpy and probably dangerous. Approach onto 09. But as soon as this one passes by, that one will start to come into action, making its way onto the start of runway 09 this evening. See if we can get the aircraft that we're waiting for then. There we go, that one touching down. Let's quickly get back onto the 747. Airframe then, Golf Uniform November Echo Tango. This one, 33 years of age. Making its way over to Chengdu this evening. About 11.5-hour endurance. And this one, currently the 10th most tracked aircraft on flight radar. That one roaring down runway 09 then this evening. The 747 off to Chengdu. Back on those freighters then, we'll try and catch up with the 747 just a short while. That should be turning to the right, making its way southwards. Now I'm currently passing through 1,200 feet now. Next arrival making its way down towards East Midlands then. Currently northeast of Wrexham. Jet 2 service in from Gran Canaria, arriving in around 15 minutes. So while we wait to see if we can get visual with that 747, that little RVL Cessna making its way onto stand this evening. Oh. There we go, we can just about start to feel that temperature dropping away. Sunset at East Midlands this evening is scheduled for 8 minutes to 8. So in the next 45 minutes or so, that sun should drop below the horizon, and then we're into darkness. I see then if we can catch up with the 747, that one just, there we go, making its way south of East Midlands now. Very fortunate to see this one out on this evening's stream. So we managed to catch it, I think, on last week's stream. But the cloud base was a little too low to watch it all the way out. We have been very fortunate indeed to see this airframe depart a number of times on runway 09, especially in these lighting conditions as well. And there we go then, the 747 making its way over to Jeonju this evening. So we'll leave that one there if we can. Just about reach the extent of how far I can stretch. There we go, 747. If you want to see any of those 747s, any of the 747s making their way out of East Midlands, we've been quite fortunate to catch all of those airframes, including G Oscar November Echo Echo. That was on stand for a number of weeks here at East Midlands, awaiting a new engine, and also Golf Oscar November Echo Foxtrot, that one in the blue livery. If you want to see any of those aircraft, definitely go and have a look back through our previous streams. So I've been quite fortunate to catch them out on runway 27, departing out into the sunlight, and also on 09 as we just have this evening. We've got next inbound and Jet 2 service in from Gran Canaria. And then just a little wait for those additional arrivals this evening. So let's take a look a little further afield. We'll keep on the 767 in front of us there for the time being. That one just disappearing off into the distance. Just about see that. So it's a little too far away for the camera to pick up. You just see the tiny faintest glistening of that skin in the sky, the aircraft skin in the sky there. Next service in, Jet 2 from Gran Canaria then, as we were just looking at there. The UPS service in from Philadelphia, that is currently over Ireland at the minute, just over the coast of Ireland. That one is around 55 minutes away from us. A little further north, the DHL service in from Reykjavik. That one making its way down about an hour and 15 minutes away from us yet, but that one is going to proceed down the length of Scotland there, over the Lake District, just north of Manchester, and then down in towards East Midlands. The West Atlantic service in from Guernsey, operated by the ATR 72. Looks like that one is just starting up, making its way out to the runway. That one will likely be an hour and 15 minutes or so away from us this evening. A little further south than over the Bay of Biscay, the Chewy service in from Tenerife due to arrive with us in about an hour and 10 minutes. And just east of that, again over the Bay of Biscay, Jet2 service in from Faro. That one again, an hour and 10 minutes or so before that one arrives with us this evening. And that's it for the time being. There's a little delay in the evening services, but looks like the service, Ryanair service to Valencia, is just starting up. That one at pinging on stand. So I'll keep an eye on the 767 for the time being there. See if we can get that apron camera up then. Let's have a look at the Ryanair. Maybe the one on stand next to it. Looks like that one. There we go. A little bit difficult to tell in the distance. Well, there we go. The Ryanair pushing on stand now. This one out to Valencia this evening. Ryanair 737-800, 9 years of age. Registration on this one, 9 Hotel, Quebec Bravo Delta. This one delivered in June 2015. See if we can catch that Ryanair then. There we go. And while that is pushing, I'm just going to get the cover on the camera if I can. So let's leave you on the apron camera there. Apologies for a little bit of distortion. We're a little bit further afield over there. Right, let's get the cover on. Apologies for any noise on the microphone as I do this as well. Bit of Velcro noise, unfortunately. I'll go over. There we go. There we go. Get that one wrapped up. And then we'll try and get the cover over this one as well. There we go. Hopefully that should give us a little bit of protection against the cold. You can just see that temperature dropping now, just above 12 degrees now. See if we can move a little further around on that apron camera there, get that Ryanair in full view. Oops, cover in view. There we go. And good evening to everybody joining us in the chat. Thank you very much for being with us this evening, and everybody watching live from the Aeropark as well with us this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. Jetty service in from Gran Canaria then, our final approach now. Hopefully with the sun just starting to disappear over the horizon there, you should get a little bit of a better view on the approach path this evening. That Ryanair then, taxiing out now. We'll get back onto that one in a minute. I think I've got an extra layer on for the time being though. There we go. So that one zipped. That temperature just dropping off, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for me anyway. Dr. Brownlow, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us from East Midlands. Let's see then, as the Ryanair is taxiing out, see if you can get a view of the Jet 2 as it makes its way into East Midlands this evening. So hopefully with that sunlight, with the sun, sorry, just setting over the horizon there, makes it a little bit easier. Definitely on my eyes anyway, looking in the direction of 09. There we go, the Jet 2 safely down there. So look at the Ryanair now. No aircraft on approach, so should be straight out for the Ryanair. There we go, the Ryanair service out there thundering down runway 09 this evening. That one out to Valencia. So look on those cargoes now though. See just about where this one is off to this evening. This one off to Cincinnati 10 to 10 this evening. So it'd be a little too late, unfortunately, for us to catch that one. A little too cold as well. So that temperature gradually making its way down into single figures. And Blake the pilot, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Good to have you with us from East Midlands. Jet 2 then just arriving on to stand this evening. See if we can adjust that ever so slightly. That one pulling on stand next to the Ryanair there. We'll keep focused on that one for a minute. See if we can watch that one start to disembark. Keep you on it. There we go. Nudged ever so slightly, getting that cover back on. See if we can take ourselves just a little bit closer. There we go. Hopefully it gives us a bit of a better view. Temperature definitely dropping now. Just about feel it. A quick drink, I think. We'll wait for those next arrivals to make their way towards us. The Ryanair service to Vraslav. Should be the Ryanair aircraft. Just the vertical stabiliser just in view there next to the Jet 2. That one making its way to Vraslav this evening. Registration on that one, Sierra Papa Romeo Kilo Bravo. That one 9 years of age. This one making its way in a little earlier. We watched this one arrive in from Vraslav and that one being pushed back now on its return. Yeah, Dino, just catching up with your message there regarding the mods. It's definitely something we're going to look at in the next couple of weeks. So, if any of you are interested, definitely drop us a message. Or just message Laura in the chat there, and we'll we're looking to getting that all sorted out. Yeah, thank you to everybody's contribution, regardless in the chat. It's good to have you all with us this evening. Thank you very much for helping us to grow this community, very growing community down at East Midlands. It's been really great over these past few months to watch it grow and everybody get involved as well. So thank you very much to all of our members, subscribers, and all of you casual viewers as well. You really do help the channel. Richard, good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us again. That's no problem on that. I hope you're enjoying yourself anyway in the, well, while it's still warm. But no, good to have you with us. Oh, just having a quick drink before we watch this one depart. Hopefully the modifications we made over the past couple of weeks are still coming across as we intended. So we've got the additional camera there looking down onto the passenger apron. Hopefully it just gives us a little bit of a different perspective. We've still got the cargo action in front of us. We can also keep a keen eye of everything happening on the apron down there as well. And of course the addition of that weather bar out at the bottom and the notification, that's rolling notification bar as well. So it's something we've looked at for a little while. I've been busy working away trying to get that into some sort of proper working order. So hopefully that's coming across in a fairly decent quality this evening. So it should update periodically. The weather, that is. So every half an hour or so. So we'll see if it works. Looks like it's dropped from what it was earlier. We're about 14.5 degrees earlier. Looks like we're just above 12 degrees at the minute. The Ryanair taxiing out then, and that Jet 2 in the background. That one still in the process of disembarking. And the 777 there in the process of unloading this evening. Let's just see those fueling trucks underneath that one there. So yeah, we really do appreciate everybody's assistance and support as well as contributions to all of our live streams from here at East Midlands. It's great to bring you all this action as much as we can. So I've been quite fortunate the past few weeks. Have the weather as fair as it has been. A couple of occasions where we've seen a little bit of rain and a little bit of frost as well. It's been a great learning experience. Definitely a great challenge, so thank you to everybody who's helped us along with that. So we try and give you a mention as much as we possibly can, but we really do appreciate everybody's assistance. So thank you very much. Right then, the Ryanair making its way towards us now. That one just on the taxiway. Catch it with this one as it gets past the 777. So this one should be making its way past the next 20 to 30 seconds. So just as we were saying earlier, East Midlands, not the busiest airport. The variety of aircraft we get down here, it's definitely sets it aside in some sense. So we're very cargo dense down here. It's not as many of the exotic liveries and aircraft as there is further north up at Manchester, further down south, the likes of Gatwick and Heathrow. But it's good to bring you as much variety as we can from East Midlands. So I hope we do it some justice. If you want to see a lot more variety in terms of aircraft, definitely head down to the Aeropark. So the Nimrod just to the side of us here, and a number of other static aircraft are on display as well, many of which are available to go and have a look in. So if anybody's around, the Aeropark is open on Thursday this week, as well as Saturday and Sunday. You can just see bottom of the screen there, give them a mention on the scrolling banner if you want to visit the website. So find out any more information about the Aeropark, have a look in the stream description below. Their link to their website is in there. Well, next out then, the Ryanair service to Fraslov this evening. Go, that one just lifting away from the runway there, just behind the trees. But picking up next, the 777 out to Leipzig this evening. There you go, just about see that one pushing now off stand. This one arriving in earlier from Dubai. Dina, thank you very much for joining us this evening, just catching up with the chat there. Enjoy your holiday, and we'll see you soon, hopefully. Hello, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us at East Midlands. So look at that radar then. The DHL just pushing now, and as we said, arriving in a little early this evening from Dubai. Registration Golf Delta Hotel Lima Whiskey. This one is 14 years of age, making its way over to Leipzig this evening. And just pinging at Birmingham Airport now, the Chewy. Making a ferry flight up to East Midlands this evening. Registration on that one, Golf Foxtrot Delta Zulu Yankee. That one just pushing off of the jet bridge there, or stand / jet bridge. Just a short trip up to East Midlands for that one. Keep an eye on it and watch that one in on to runway 09. Right, let's get a little bit of power if we can. Everything's nice and warm on the ground at the minute. It's been sunning itself. It's a difference from my hands. Going a little bit cold. There we go. Let's get some power in that. I'll keep the radar going at least. Where can we put that one? I've definitely got a bit of packing away to do this evening. A little bit of more of a sophisticated setup that I'm used to. Should be finishing around our normal time this evening, probably next hour or so. We'll wait for these last arrivals to make their way into East Midlands. So look where they are now. So looking a little further afield, and the UPS service in from Philadelphia. That one making its way over North Wales at the minute. That one should be with us in the next 25 minutes. A little further south, the West Atlantic ATR, making its way up from Guernsey. That one is due to arrive with us in the next 40 minutes. And just behind that, leaving the coast of France, the Chewy service in from Tenerife. And the Ryanair service in from Faro. Both of those due to arrive with us in the next 40 to 45 minutes. A little further north, the Maersk 767 just pinging up in Belfast now. No scheduled time on that one just yet, but we'll keep an eye on it. And the 757 making its way in from Reykjavik. That one should be with us in around 45 minutes. And the West Atlantic, one of the regulars on the stream, along with that 757 service in from Reykjavik. The West Atlantic 737 starting up in Aberdeen. So still a good number of aircraft making their way towards East Midlands this evening. So thank you very much to everybody joining us. And there we go then, the 777 making its way to the start of runway 09. Well, that temperature definitely dropping here now, East Midlands. So that weather should update in the next few minutes, hopefully. I've managed to work it right anyway. There we go then, the 777 back out again this evening. That one just lifting away into the very sunlit sky there. It's been very, it's coming across on camera, very orange all of a sudden there. So look, on the 767 then, at the end stand. See where that one is off to this evening. Looks like that one is out to Leipzig as well, just after 9 PM this evening. That one is scheduled to go out at 9:10. So look then at some of those arrivals. Let's look on the departures there. The Faro service, Ryanair service to Faro. That one delayed until 9 PM this evening. 25-minute delay on that one. Looks like the inbound isn't due to arriving with us until just after 8:30. Another 35 minutes before we see that one. Here we go, sort the camera out. It's really calm at the minute, there's no wind at all, which is eerily strange. So we're normally either being blasted by the cold or by the wind, but definitely take the weather as it is. So look then at some of those next arrivals. VPS 767, just west of Leek. That one should be with us in about 13 minutes. And that service operating from Birmingham, the Chewy 737. That one just departing Birmingham, making its way towards East Midlands. That one currently passing through 5,000 feet. And there we go, the temperature dropping there. Like the where are we at now? Let's have a look. Feeling about 10.5 degrees. It definitely is feeling about 10.5 degrees at the minute. So that wind quite calm at just 4 knots. Visibility, really maintaining that visibility all the way around this evening. Slight bit of haze in the distance. There's just a bit of cloud cover building up in the distance as well. But where we are, clear blue skies and the moon right above us as well. So not too long to wait then, just 10 minutes until we have that 767 on final approach into East Midlands this evening. So thanks everybody for sticking with us so far. Ooh. So in terms of Thursday's stream this week, I'll try and get that updated tomorrow. Might be a slight change in the schedule time. Have a look at the aircraft in the afternoon this time, so I might be able to bring the stream a little further forward, but we'll confirm that tomorrow once we have a look at the schedule for the next couple of days. Ooh. Damon, good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's have a look then which aircraft is going to make it in first. The Chewy and UPS 767, both equidistant from East Midlands this evening. So I haven't got visual with that Chewy just yet, somewhere in the distance. But that one currently passing through, back down through 5,000 feet now, and the UPS just passing through 9,500 feet. So it looks like the Chewy may be number one to land. Going just over Burton on Trent, and the UPS just north of Ashbourne now. So it looks like that UPS will likely take a bit of an extended approach this evening. And we'll see the Chewy down into East Midlands first. So no visual with that one just yet. Just panning the horizon there. No, sure we'll see that one in the next couple of minutes as it makes its turn onto final approach. So everything on the passenger terminal down there, all disembarked and closed up now as well. But a long to wait until we see that 737 on final approach. Making its way across the Irish Sea now, and that 767, the Maersk Air Cargo 767, in that Star Air livery. That one due into East Midlands in the next 30 minutes. and also making its way down, just about to pass over the Lake District. The DHL 757 in from Reykjavik, that one also due in the next 30 minutes. The West Atlantic service in from Aberdeen still on the ground. Looks like that one pushed and may have been taken back onto stand, although the radar may have glitched, so we may or may not see that one this evening. But the Chewy service in then from Birmingham now, making a quick hop up this evening. That one just turning on to final approach now. See if we can pan off that 767 there. Turn our eyes onto the approach for 09. There we go. Chewy gradually making its way down towards us now. Stephen, good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. So look at the finer details of the 737 then. Registration Golf Foxtrot Delta Zulu Yankee. This one is 13 years of age. And it looks like just a 15-minute hop up from Birmingham this evening. 15 minutes or so anyway. Give or take a couple of minutes. And the EPS 767, that one routing overhead Derby, making its way back down towards Uttoxeter, and that one will be joining the approach for 09. Just about to see that over the top of the Nimrod there. Get a closer look at that as it makes its way down in the approach path for 09 this evening. Just a few minutes time. Next in though, the Chewy. Just a little bounce on that one. Very smooth touchdown ferry flight up from Birmingham this evening. So look then, just until we get a bit more of a visual on that UPS 767, back on the DHL 767 there. So that one busy loading up, making its way off in a little while. see if we can catch the UPS in the distance then. There we go. Does it look like the undercarriage is down on this one yet? There we go then, that landing gear locked into place now. And that's 767 continuing its approach into East Midlands this evening. Registration on this one, November 332, Uniform Papa. Airframe 23 years of age, making its way in from Philadelphia. Flight time this evening, just a minute short of 6 hours, 5 hours and 59 minutes. Wow, temperature definitely dropping a little colder now as well. Minnesota Mike, thank you very much for joining us this evening from East Midlands. Good to have you with us. And David, good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us as well this evening. Just in time to catch the arrival of the 767. And there we go, the UPS 767 safely down into East Midlands this evening. That one will vacate at the end of 09 and make its way off onto the UPS apron a little further down the airfield. Not too long to wait then until those next arrivals. The Maersk 767 making its way from Belfast, just overhead North Wales now. That one passing overhead Rhyl. And the DHL 757 making its way down from Reykjavik. That one just passing west of Blackburn, heading down towards Bolton and Manchester. And then routing straight towards East Midlands Airport. The West Atlantic ATR making its way up from Guernsey. That one just east of Rugby. That one should be with us in 10 minutes. And just a little behind that, couple of services. TUI service in from Tenerife and the Ryanair service in from Faro. The Faro service just a little delayed, affecting that outbound service back to Faro. Just a little west of the airfield as well. Cessna 152 belonging to the flying school here at East Midlands. Looks like that one has been practicing some touch and goes at Leicester Airport this evening. So that one should be making an appearance as well anytime soon. Right, let's make sure everything is properly covered up then. See that temperature just dropping a little. So all the time when everything starts to get a little bit damp, when the cold air gets attracted to it. It shouldn't be too bad. That 152 on final approach, and still very high up there, and picking up a bit of altitude actually. Maybe that work. Sorry, I can't get my words there now. Probably a bit of the work turbulence still a little higher from that arriving 767. Just buffeting that one around a little. So after the 152 then, should be hit by a number of those services, quickly making their way towards us now. The ATR just 8 minutes out, the TUI here from Tenerife, the Maersk and the 757 in from Reykjavik, about 20 minutes out now. It's not too long to wait at all before we see all four of those services arrive with us. Looks like that 737, the West Atlantic 737, is still in Aberdeen. Looks like that one, from the tracks on the radar anyway, that one was pushed off stand, has since been taken back onto stand, so unlikely we'll see that one this evening, unfortunately. Richard, good evening to you again. Thank you very much for dropping back in. Logan, unfortunately not tomorrow. We're a bit committed with work, unfortunately. But Thursday will be our next stream. There we go, little squeak from the tyres there as that one landed in. There we go, that one vacating 09, making its way back down to the flying school this evening. Yeah, sorry we can't be around tomorrow to catch you out, Logan. Fortunately, we've got work commitments, unfortunately. There we go, that one disappearing off. Oh, best of luck with the vlog anyway. We'll definitely have a look out for that. David, thank you very much. So yeah, we've tried to modify the stream a bit by just giving a bit of information. It's information we usually, well, I try and give out on the stream anyway, in regards to temperature. Hopefully it takes a bit of pressure off me and gives you a bit more of an updated picture of what it's currently like here at East Midlands. Oops. Yeah, the weather may be changing a little into next week, so we'll keep our ears and eyes open for that. Very good towards the end of this week, I think, Thursday, Friday. So hopefully more of what we've seen this evening, if not a little warmer. Sophie, thank you very much. Yeah, I try to keep them as simple as possible, so I don't want to populate the screen too much. But I don't want to make it look unappealing either, if that makes sense. So basic information, but done in a bit of a simplistic, minimalist way, if that makes sense. So it's the most my current coding capabilities could aspire to anyway. See some of the other overlays on streams. I think Flight have a number of overlays on there which look fantastic, so yeah, just hopefully it takes a bit of pressure off me to keep everything updated and give you a bit more information as well about where we currently are. So let's have a look then at those next inbound aircraft. The West Atlantic ATR making its way down towards the approach for runway 09 now. And the Maersk and DHL services in from Belfast and Reykjavik. DHL just north of Derby now. That one around 10 minutes away from us, and the Maersk a little further out, just a couple of minutes behind, probably 12 to 13 minutes before we see that one land into East Midlands this evening. Right, let's pan off the 767 and catch the ATR. Look, this one making a bit of a short final this evening. There we go. Now we're making a very sharp turn indeed onto final approach 409. Let's keep our eyes on this one, watch it in this evening. You just about make out the props of those engines as well against that very well lit evening sky there. It definitely makes a change with the clocks changing and the weather being as nice as it is. So we're normally streaming in complete darkness by now. Very nice to be out here while it's still a little warm. There's still a lot of light around as well. And the ATR in from Guernsey there, safely down. Just like the Chewy now, inbound from Tenerife, making its final approach into East Midlands this evening. Let's see if we can catch that one on the approach. The DHL 757 due to join the approach path in the next couple of minutes. That one just west of Derby now. And the MS 767 taking a little bit of an extended approach. That one currently passing just north of Derby. That one making its turn now towards East Midlands. And that Ryanair service in from Faro, just east of Leicester now. That one should be with us in the next 10 minutes or so. So with these last inbounds making their way towards East Midlands, I think we'll end on the Ryanair service in from Faro this evening. That one just a little delayed, which has had a knock-on effect to its outbound as well this evening. But I think just as the sun is setting, just as that temperature is dropping, we'll end it there and get prepared for our next stream. Still those 4 aircraft, including this one, inbound to East Midlands. There we go, the Chewy service safely down there into East Midlands this evening. That one making its way in from Tenerife. Next on approach then, the DHL 757 making its way from Reykjavik. Registration on this one, a regular on the stream, Golf Bravo Mike Romeo Juliet. This one at 36 years of age. Flight time this evening, 2 hours and 18 minutes by the time it touches down into East Midlands. And a Maersk 767 making its way from Belfast. That one routing towards Uttoxeter at the minute. That one just a little further to go until it intercepts the approach there, and then we'll watch that one down onto 09 as well. The DHL will be able to stick with that until it arrives onto stand. See the gear down on that one there already. And then this one may disappear. Well, not disappear actually. May stay down the other end of runway 27 onto the UPS apron. Or it may make its way up here. I know the 767, the Maersk 767s have been using one of the ancillary stands up here on the DHL ramp for the past couple of weeks. So we'll see if it indeed makes its way towards us. The Ryanair service in from Faro. Just making its way east of the airfield at the minute. That one is just about overhead. That one will make a turn to the west and then intercept the approach path. So that service in from Faro will be the final service in on this evening's stream. So 757 then, just over the runway threshold. Let's watch this one down into East Midlands this evening. 757 touching down smoothly onto runway 09. And the Maersk 767 making its way in from Belfast now. And one on final approach. And the Ryanair service in from Faro, just about to make a turn on to final approach in the next couple of minutes. The Maersk 767 then on final approach now for runway 09. Ryanair not too far behind. You may just see that one. So just about visual with the lights there. The landing lights on the 737. There we go, the service in from Faro. Just making that turn on to final approach now as well. The 757 heading this way. Catch up with that one in a couple of minutes. But for the time being, let's watch the Maersk 767 make its way into East Midlands this evening. Seven 757 just on the taxiway there, and the 767 landing in there quite smoothly there this evening. Last aircraft in then this evening, the Ryanair service in from Faro. That one just a little further out. So we'll pan around and catch the 757 in a couple of minutes. That one just in the darkness at the minute. Wait till that one gets a little bit closer and then get a close-up view of that one as it makes its way onto its stand for the evening. So the DHL ramp looking a little more populated than it was when we started the stream. Oh, that temperature definitely dropping now. It's 9.5 degrees at the minute. I'm feeling like 9.5 degrees anyway. Very bright lights on the Maxes. And let's pin out with that one. And I think just as this one lands, the 757 should be passing in front of us, if not a little sooner. There we go, the service in from Farther touching down into East Midlands this evening. Let's have a look around at the 757 as it makes its way onto its stand. Taking a bit of a extended taxi onto stand this evening. Nevertheless, making it there quickly as it can. There we go then. That one arriving onto stand this evening. Making its way down from Reykjavik after around 2.5 hours. So I think that is going to be us for this evening with the last arrival there. So there's a bit of a delay to the outbound Faro service, and a number of those cargo services not due to depart until a little later. So with the temperature dropping and the sunlight almost faded now over the horizon, probably a good time for us to go and get warm. So I'm going to chuck everything back in its box, or boxes, and get ready for Thursday's stream. So thank you again to everybody who joined us this evening, to all of our returning members, especially those reaching your first month with us. Thank you very much indeed for sticking with us and supporting us on this streaming journey. But to all of our members, returning subscribers, and all our new subscribers as well, thank you very much for joining us at East Midlands Airport this evening. if you are interested in coming to the Aeropark is open this Thursday 11 until 5. The last admission is 4 p.m. They're open Saturday and Sunday as well, now in their summer schedule. But that's it from me for the time being. I've been Tom. Thank you very much for joining us on a Live Flight Action again from here at East Midlands Airport, our regular streaming base. We'll see you all again very soon, and thank you very much. We'll leave the chat open for about 5 minutes so everybody can say their goodbyes, but we'll leave it there. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all again very soon. Have a good evening.